أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراوي مقدمه الفداء. أما بعد، قد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well. And can everyone see the screen?
Yes. Wa alaikum salam.
Right, now I'm going to quickly do a recap of what we did just before the break and then continue with some practice as well. Now, in the Arabic language, what you see on the screen is that all of the verbs are divided according to its letters it contains into the following categories. So a verb, al-fi'l, first of all, the verb is divided into fi'l al-tam and al-fi'l al-naqis. Now, first of all, fi'l al-tam. Fi'l al-tam means a complete verb. What is a complete verb? A complete verb is a verb which either completes its meaning with the doer, the fa'il, or it requires the doer and the object as well. As you know, that we did this before. We have fi'l muta'addi and fi'l lazim. Now, the complete verb, it has a fa'il and or maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul bihi, which means an object. So a verb, if it does not require an object, it's called an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb has only the verb and the fa'il. And a transitive verb is the verb, we did practice this before, but I'll practice this today as well again. A transitive verb has the verb, the doer, person who's doing the action, because every verb requires a doer. And thirdly is an maf'ul bihi. Maf'ul bihi is an object. Is this clear so far, everyone? Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Brilliant. Now, then we have fi'l naqis. Fi'l naqis is called the incomplete verb. So remember, we done fi'l naqis are all of kana. Kana and its sisters. Kana, as you know, kana means it was. So kana normally enters a nominal sentence. Like if I said Zaid is standing, Zaidun waqifun, Zaid is standing is present. We're talking about the present situation of Zaid. Zaidun waqifun. And if you want to say Zaid was standing, Zaid was standing, you would add kana in the beginning. You would add kana in the beginning. And let me do, before do kana. First of all, explain to me, everyone, or sisters, Zinat. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Zinat, if you want to say Zaidun waqifun, which means Zaid is standing, if you want to say surely Zaid is standing, how would you say that? Or indeed Zaid is standing, how would you say that? The word we normally have to use inna in the beginning if you want to say surely.
Can you repeat the question, please?
So the question is, if you want to say, the sentence is Zaidun waqifun, Zaid is standing. If you have to say surely or indeed Zaid is standing, how would you say that in Arabic? We will have to use the particle inna. We've done this in book 3. So what does inna do? And how is inna used in a nominal sentence?
Sheikh, I forgot it.
Can I try, Sheikh?
Go
Can I
ahead.
try?
Yes, Mr. Manji, go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna Zaidun. What is the word for standing?
Waqifun.
Waqifun.
Should be Zaydan, shouldn't it?
No, sorry? No, sorry?
Shouldn't it be Zaydan?
Inna. Thank you, Sister Masuma. Inna Zaydan Waqifun. Sister Zohra, Virgi, assalamu alaikum. Good to hear from you. That is correct. So inna Zaydan Waqifun. So inna, so first of all, Zaydun Waqifun is a complete sentence. Zayd is standing. When inna comes, inna enters a nominal sentence. A nominal sentence is mubtada and khabar. When inna comes, it changes the mubtada, which has a dhamma, Zaydun, to a fatha, Zaydan. And Zaydan becomes the ism of inna. And Waqifun ends with a dhamma tanween, and it is treated as the khabar of inna. Is that clear, Sister Zuhra?
Yes. Yes.
Sister Shahrbano, is that clear for you as well?
Yes, Sheikh. Thank you. Jazakallah.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Now,
Can I
inna,
ask you a question, Sheikh?
yes, go ahead, Zainab.
Okay, you said inna Zaydan Waqifun, right? But you said it is shouldn't it be Zaydan Waqifin? No,
Waqifun.
no Kisra.
No.
Why
no,
not Kisra?
The ruling is because the ruling of inna is that it enters mubtada and khabar, and the mubtada becomes mansoob, comes with a fatha tanween or a fatha, and the khabar comes marfu with a dhamma or a dhamma tanween.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Sheikh,
that's the
can
reason.
I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Is Allah part of the group of
Yes.
Inna? It is.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We did this in book lesson 1. So this is in regards to inna. So inna means surely Zayd is standing. Now, if you wanted to change inna to Zayd was standing, inna made it inna Zaydan waqifun. Kana now, the word kana is actually a verb, is a defective verb. Why is it called defective? Because it does not have all of its conjugation. It normally comes only in past, present, and imperatives. There is no, it does not have its complete conjugation. That's why it's called fi'l naqis. And the action of kana is the opposite of inna. It enters a nominal sentence and it does the opposite action of inna. Inna changed the ism, the mubtada, to mansoob, became inna Zaydan, and the khabar remains with the marfu, waqifun. Whereas kana does the opposite action of inna. So how would that be? Kana Zaydun. Correct. Correct. Is that clear for everyone? Is that clear? Sister Z,
Sheikh, so kana has only the past tense. There is no other tense for it?
Kana comes in past, present, and imperatives, and sometimes it comes in negation, but it's treated as a defective verb.
Okay, thank you.
So Sheikh, in the present tense,
Yep.
you would say yakun.
Yakunu, yes. Kana yakunu, correct.
But is that as it is? How would you translate it?
So Yakunu means would be.
Would be. Okay.
Yeah. So would be. And okay, so that is that. I'll come back to kana in a few minutes. Then let's go back to fi'l at-tam. Now fi'l at-tam, which is a verb which requires a doer and a verb, or a verb, doer, and an object. It has two categories. One category is called sahih, and the second category is called mu'tal. If I explain mu'tal first, sahih becomes easier. Mu'tal is a verb which contains a weak letter. Huruful illa. As we know in Arabic, weak letters are called huruful illa. What are the weak letters in the Arabic language? Sister Zamina. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. What are the weak letters in the Arabic language?
Alif, Waw, and Ya.
Yes, alif, waw, and ya are the weak letters. Correct. So if a weak letter comes in the beginning of the verb, let's do this one here. Wajada.
Yeah.
Yep. Wajada is a waw coming in the first letter of a three-letter verb, and the present tense of wajada is yajidu. The waw has been completely omitted in the present tense. So that's the reason why I have to, I'm inshallah attempting to go through all of the conjugations with you so that you know all of the verb conjugations. So when you read the Quran, you will gain to understand and have a better understanding of the verb conjugation in the Quran, okay? So wajada yajidu. Yajidu is the present tense. What does wajada mean, Sister Zamina? Do you know?
Is it he gave?
No, wajada means he found.
Found, okay.
Wajada means he found, and yajidu means he is finding. Another verb on the pattern of wajada, it's wa'ada. Wa'ada. Wa'ada means he promised. Wa'ada, wa'ada ya'idu. Wa'ada ya'idu. So I'm giving you two different examples so that I increase your vocabulary as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is that I want you to become getting closer to the Quran and have understand, because inshallah I am going to try my best to get yourself through all of these verb conjugation. If I teach you all of the verb conjugation, then you will have covered 50% of Arabic grammar. And the other 50% is the Arabic syntax, nahu, which I'll need to teach you, like inna, kana, and the different types of particles, how they change the harakat of the word. So once you know both of these sciences together, then you'll be able to translate sentences and able to read Arabic text with the harakat as well, inshallah. So when there's a weak letter in the beginning of a three-letter verb, normally, not normally, it is called mu'talul fa. It will be called mu'talul fa because everything is measured on the pattern of fa'ala. Because it's a three-letter verb, and the pattern fa'ala is a template or a criteria. Every verb is measured fa'ala. So because waw is coming in the position of fa, the first letter or the first radical, it's called mu'talul fa. Does that make sense, Zamina?
Yeah, that's fine. That's clear.
So that's called, and the term for this type of verb, when it has a waw in the beginning, in Arabic, this type of verb is called mithal. That's the name given to it. Al-mithal. Or al-mithalu.
Al-mithal wawi.
Mithal al-wawi. Excellent. That's right. Because it has a waw, you call it al-mithal wawi. Wawi means it has a waw.
Okay.
And also, it can also sometimes have a ya as well. So it can be mithal al-waw, wawi, or mithal al-ya'i. I'll give you an example of a ya in the beginning of a three-letter verb. Yasara. Yasara. Ya. Shall I send this across to you in the group? Yasara. Just mention to me what I'll send this across. Yasara. Yasara means that it was easy. Let me write this down. Because this is really crucial, because majority of the people, when they learn Arabic language, they don't learn it in the way I'm teaching it. And that's the reason why they spend years and years and still they can't read the Arabic text, because they are not doing it in the actual correct method of learning the Arabic language. If you know all of these verb conjugation, you've actually covered 50% of the Arabic grammar, and that makes a hell of a lot of difference. Yasara, yay. Yasara yasiru means that it is,
Easy.
yeah, it was easy, yeah. It was easy.
What
This
do you
verb,
Surah Inshira, innamal usri yusra.
yeah, yusra is actually coming as a noun there. So originally it was yasa. The root word is yasara. Misal. Sorry, I'm just writing this down for you so that you know these terms, because it just makes life easier for the students. It's a mithal. Al-ya. المثال المثال مثال اليائي اليائي. Right, so okay, yasara yasiru. Sister, next one is your sister there, Sister Sakina. Is she there as well?
Yeah, she's there.
Okay, now Sister Sakina, next one. Mu'talul ain. So mu'talul ain, fa ain lam is the actual template or the radical or pattern on which everything is measured on. Now here, Sister Sakina, qala.
Qala is a past tense.
Qala means past tense, yes. Originally, qala, it was qawala. So here, it was qawala and it became qala in the past tense. So the qawala was changed from a waw to an alif. These are some rulings, which I'll teach you later, that why sometimes in the weak letter verbs, the waw changes to an alif. So qawala became qala. Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. So qala is the past tense, and the present tense is yaqulu.
Yeah.
Qala, qala, yaqulu. And this type of verb, when there's a weak letter in the middle, is called mu'tal al-ain. And the term for this type of verb is called ajwaf. Al-ajwafu. Is this clear, sister?
Yeah, this is clear, yeah.
And it can also, like the wajada has a ya as well in the beginning, you can also have a ya in the middle as well. Does anyone know of a verb which has a ya in the beginning, in the middle? This is Sakina, any idea?
I can't think of any.
Okay, that's fine. In the Quran, ba'a yabi'u, yabi'una. Ba'a yabi'u means he sold.
He saw,
He sold.
oh, he sold.
Yeah.
Oh, from
Ba'a,
where?
yeah, bay was bitu. So ba'a yabi'u, it comes in the Quran. I'll give you an example from the Quran of yabi'u as well. Give me 2 seconds. Let me write this down in Arabic.
Ja'a come under that pattern, yaji'u.
Now you're right, it would come under that pattern. The only thing with ja'a yaji'u, it has a hamza as well.
Okay.
So it will be treated as mu'tal al-ajwaf and also be treated as a mahmuz. Mahmuz is a verb which contains a hamza as well.
Okay.
He sold. And I'll give you ayat of the Quran as well now for yabi'u as well. And the thing which I'm doing now, this is really helpful, and I'll guarantee this is something which is practiced and well known. Once you know these patterns, your Quran recitation automatically becomes more fluent because you know all of the patterns of the verbs itself. So this is the effect of knowing this. Let me just find it in the Quran for you.
Surah Yusuf.
Now I'm going to give many ayats of the Quran. Just give me 2 seconds.
Qama yaqum.
Yeah, the kama yaqumu. Just 1 second. Yeah, which so if you look at, I mean, to send in the actual WhatsApp group, if you look at in the Quran in Surah Baqarah, verse number, if you look at, I sent you ayah number 282. وأشهدوا إذا تبايعتم ولا يضار كاتب ولا شهيد. Now and also in Surah Tawbah, verse number 111, فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به. So this it's coming is Yabi'u. Sister Butul Manji, which ayah are you referring to? Sister Butul Manji, which ayah are you referring to from Surah Yusuf?
Mulana, I don't have any ayat. I was just referring, maybe it is in Surah Yusuf. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So I'll give you other ayats in the group as well later on. But so this is called Mu'talul Ain. And the final one, Sister Zainab, Assalamu alaikum, Sister Zainab. Are you there?
Walaikum salam. Yes.
Now, Mu'talul Lam is when there's a weak letter, alif, waw, or ya, in the last radical. So, da'a, yad'u. So, dal, ain, alif. Here, alif originally was da'awa. The alif itself originally was dal, ain, waw in the past tense, and it became da'a. The present tense is yad'u. Da'a. Yes, he called or invited. Now, I really like this one myself. I'll show you on the screen. I'm going to show you on the screen Surah. Where is it gone? Surah Nuh. قال ربي إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا. I'll show you this surah. Where is it gone? Surah Nuh. Surah Shams. Surah Mursalat. This one here. So this surah, it's a good surah to understand. The reason I want to give a summary, and then inshallah, here, this one here. Sister Zainab, as you're on I want to ask you, Qala.
He said.
Who said? Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam said, Qala Rabbi.
My Lord. He said.
Oh my Lord. So inni. So ya is coming, which is for I. Surely I.
Indeed, yeah.
The word da'awtu here, dal, ain, wow. So da'awtu means I called. Who called?
Hazrat no.
Exactly. Qala rabbi inni da'awtu. Continue.
Qawmi, my people.
Yep.
Laylan wa naharan, night and day.
Day and night. Exactly. Night and day. So
Yeah.
here the word da'awtu is the conjugation. Now I'm going to put you on the spot, as I normally do with other students. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to conjugate da'a's past tense. Difficult, I know it is, but I just want to make yourself an example for everyone else. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. I'll have to look at something and do it. I can't do it without looking.
Da'awa, dal, ain, is da'a.
I'm sorry, sir. Sir, I can't do it without looking.
Okay, that's fine. Who's going to do it for me without having anything on the screen? Who's going to help me? Sister, actually, Sister, who should we get? Sister Sakina. Can I request you, please?
Yeah, sure. The and then the oh no. Da'u, da'at.
Okay. That is so da'a.
Yeah.
So what happens is da'a, da'awa. The waw comes back in. The first
Okay.
one, the alif is dropped. The waw is dropped to an alif, da'a. Then the waw comes back in. Da'a, da'awa.
Da'awa, da'awu,
Okay.
da'awat,
Okay. Da'awat.
da'awata,
Okay.
dawa'na.
Okay. Let me now continue. You're making some mistakes. That's perfectly fine. But continue.
And then dawa'ata. No. Dawa'ta.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. How do you find it? You find it difficult?
A bit difficult, yeah.
Yes, that's the thing I wanted to prove to everyone. That look at it now. I'm just sending you. Look on your WhatsApp group now, and I've sent you the conjugation of the past tense now.
It's da'a, and
Yep.
then da'awa,
Yep.
da'aw,
Excellent.
da'at,
Excellent.
da'ata,
Excellent.
da'awna,
Excellent.
da'awta,
Excellent.
da'awtuma,
Yep.
da'awtum,
Mm-hmm.
da'awti,
MashaAllah.
da'awtuma,
Yep.
da'awtunna,
Excellent.
da'awtu, da'awna.
MashaAllah. It's easier now, yes?
Yeah, it makes more sense now, yeah.
Exactly. So here now you can relate this now. The auto over here now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
now
I called.
yeah, the auto I code. Now is your sister there as well?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, I want her to do the same one, da'a.
Okay. So da'a, da'awa, da'o, da'at, da'ata, da'ona, da'ota, da'otuma, da'otum, da'oti, da'otuma, da'otunna, da'otu, da'ona.
Excellent. Now, can you have a free hand to choose any student? Would you want to choose?
Mukarrama Walji?
Sister Mukarrama Walji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Sister Mukarrama Walji. Normally, in the third form, in the past tense, were they all masculines? What was the ruling which we normally used to do? For example, the verb daraba, if we want to say they all hit, what was the normal conjugation of they all hit?
Darabu.
Exactly. I have taught you that normally before the wow, the last letter before the wow should end with a exactly. But when we come to the weak verbs, it changes. The ruling slightly changes. So if you look at it now, Sister Mukarrama, this one here, if you go in your WhatsApp group and just check da'a, da'awa, have a look.
Yes.
Can you repeat them, please?
Da'a.
Yep.
Da'awa.
Da'awa, yeah.
Da'at. Da'ata. Da'awna.
Correct.
Da'awta. Da'awtuma. Da'awtum. Da'awti. Da'awtuma. Da'awtunna. Da'awtu. Da'awna.
Excellent. That's brilliant. So this is a verb which I've just shown yourself when there's a weak letter in the third radical itself. Right.
Sheikh,
Yes.
I didn't get the huma and the hum, the difference. Is it both the awa or the hum is different?
No, in home is different. Normally we said darabu. We used to read the one letter before the last letter. We gave it a dhamma. So here it's da'a, da'awa, da'aw. It's not da'awu. It originally should have been da'awu. The wow should have a dhamma. The original wow of da'awa, it should have been da'awa, da'awa, da'awu. But it's not da'awu, but instead is da'aw.
Okay, thank you.
That's the difference. Sister Saad. Okay, thank you. Sister Sukaina Khalfan, are you there?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Any questions?
No, I'm just paying attention. No.
Right, okay. Now I would like you now go through the Sahih now. So Mu'talul Fa, Mu'talul Ain, and Mu'talul Lam. Of course, there are different patterns as well now. So these are just first one examples, but they do have like we did last time. Remember this? I did this. Remember this? We did Dharaba, Yadribu, Nasara, Yansuru, Mana'a, Yamna'u, Alima, Ya'lamu, Hasiba, Yahsibu, Sharufa, Yashrufu. There are 6 patterns. Similarly, the weak letter verbs, they have also different patterns as well. I'm just first of giving you the categories. Once you know the categories, then I'll tell you these are the only patterns which a verb would be conjugated in those categories. Does that make sense? So over here, there are 6 patterns for a verb which does not contain a hamza, neither it contains a weak letter, or neither it contains a shadda. That type of verb will have 6 patterns. The rest of the verbs will have less than 6 patterns. It's only the pure verbs, the sahih. Sister Sukaina Khalfan, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Now, so the sahih, none of the 3 radicals is waw and ya. So when the 3 letter radicals, neither 3 of them have no alif or a ya or a waw, then it has 3 subcategories. So what are these 3 subcategories? Let's go through them, please. As-salim is what?
It does not have a hamza.
Yep.
And the second and third radical, that means the ain and the lam are not identical.
What does that mean? Like this one here, hajaja, hajja, which means to perform hajj. Adada becomes adda. So the second and the third radical, not identical. When they're identical, we normally put a shadda. Like this one, adda. So hajaja becomes hajja.
Okay.
So when that happens, when the shadda has been put, due to the second and third radical having this identical letter, it's called either mudha'af or mudhaf. Mudhaf, mim, dhad, alif, ain, fa, mudhaf. That's the other word for mudha'af. Continue, sister. Next one, mahmuz. So Salim is the second and third radicals are not identical. So then that is the first category. The second category is mahmuz. So what is mahmuz, sister?
Has a hamza in any of the three radicals. That means on any pattern of the fa, ain, lam. And then the second and third radical are not identical. That means the ain, lam are not identical.
So now the mahmuz has three subcategories. What are these three subcategories? Mahmuzul.
It's mahmuzul fa'i.
Yep.
So I guess the first letter.
Correct. Akala.
Akala would be an aleph.
Yes, that's a hamza.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. So so in the Arabic language, alif is not a letter.
Mm-hmm.
It's only hamza is a letter of the alphabets.
I see.
Alif is classic. Alif is something which adds onto a word and it prolongs it. But alif itself is not a letter itself. It's just something which is added onto a letter to prolong it slightly.
But I thought that was a hamza. I thought that is what a hamza is.
That's right. That's
Vowel.
Yeah. The alif, hamza is the actual letter or the vowel. Alif itself, it has no pronunciation.
I see. Okay.
So akala akala means he ate, and present tense is
Ya'kulu.
correct. And then mahmuzul ain.
Mahmuzul ain is sa'ala yas'alu. So what is it? Sa'ala is questions, right?
Yeah, sa'ala, he asked.
He asked, and yas'alu is he is asking.
Correct.
Or he asked.
Correct. And mahmuzul lam.
Mahmuzul lam. You didn't give any examples.
Okay, example of mahmuzul lam is surah alaq. Iqra. Iqra means to recite or read, and it's qara'a. I'll write that in the Arabic in the group. It's qaf, ra, and a hamza.
Mm-hmm. Command, right?
No, qara'a means he read.
Okay.
But iqra is a command. That's what.
Yeah, iqra is a command. Correct.
That is what I meant. Yeah.
Yep. Correct. Brilliant. Can you do the next one then, sister, as well? Now, also in the Arabic language, we sometimes have two weak letters as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, we done mudha'af. Just kindly repeat mudha'af. What is mudha'af? And then we'll move on to lafif mafruq and lafif makrun.
So mudha'af is the second and third radical are identical. And it has no hamza in any one of the three radicals. So yeah. You have an example? Is that I think that example?
Hajja. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's a shadda, it's called mudha'af.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, if the first and third radical
are both weak.
Yep.
It is called lafiful mafruq.
Excellent. Correct.
And then the example is, I can't see it, it's too small.
Too small. Okay, let me make it bigger for you.
Waqa and yaqi.
Excellent. Okay, I would love to reward someone if someone gets that right. There is a dua which we recite the majority of pretty much some people recite in every dua in the salah, and it has this verb in there. So, mashallah, excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
mashallah. Did you know that from before?
No, I just connected it because
Yeah, let me show you on the
wondered about that verb. I didn't understand what how that was formed.
Okay, I'm going to show it on the screen. Now, first of all, Sister Sukaina, waka, what does waka mean? Does anyone know?
Also.
No. Waka means he protected.
Oh.
Wow.
So Sheikh, does this waka and wiqaya come in the same thing? Like
Yeah,
taqwa?
yeah.
Oh.
That's right. So I'm just going to give you I'm just going to put it on the screen for you and show this as well now. Surah Baqarah, verse number 201. So you will see now, it's just only an introduction yet. I haven't really started yet all the conjugate. I'm just trying to first explain everything, what the categories they are, and then I'll go through them so that you understand where you have reached. Where is it gone? So as your sister Sukaina Khalfan, as you're on the mic, I'm going to ask you the question to answer as well. Where's it gone? There's the ayah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sister Sukaina, are you there on the screen?
Yeah.
Bismillah.
Yeah.
Rabbana, you read it and you explain it to me. Explain it to me. The ayah.
Rabbana, our nurturing Lord, Atina, grant us fid dunya, in this world, in this lower realm. And wama lahu fil akhirati, and
this one here. There's two. There's one underneath. This one here. Rabbana atina. This one here. I'm just
okay. Sorry, I looked at that one. Okay. Atina. So grant me, in this world, fit dunya, in this world, hasana, something that's good, and wa fil akhirati, and in the akhirah, hasana, and good also in the akhirah. Waqina adhab an-nar, and protect me from the adhab, the continuous punishment of the fire of hell.
Okay, now you need to explain to me what type of verb is this? Wa, I'll help you one thing. Wa means and here.
Okay, so if you look at the noon and the aleph, because the noon has a fatha, that's why the aleph comes there for convenience of reading. I think you explained that.
No.
We.
Is it a command?
Oh, sorry.
Is it a command?
Yeah.
1 second.
Us, we.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So yes, this alif here, Suskaina, whenever there's a na and there's alif attached to it, it comes in the meaning of we.
I see. Okay.
So explain ki to me. What type of noun is ki? Let's go back to the verb itself.
That broken one.
This one, waka yaki. So what is ki by itself?
Protect.
Sister Butul Manji, what have you ate today? It seems that you had a lot of cashews and pistachios. Yes, you're right. It's okay. Protect. So it's Sukaina Rahim. Sukaina Khalfan. What is protect? Is it a past tense, present tense, or imperative?
It's to protect. I would think key.
Can I say? Try.
Imperative.
It should be an imperative because it's ending in a sakin. I would think so.
Okay.
I think continuous.
Okay. Let's help you. Let's get this through. Now, imperatives. Let me go back to the basics, and then we'll go through. Look over here now. Now, idrib itself, imperatives. Now, idrib is an imperative, correct?
Yeah.
Now, the imperatives are made from the second form, from anta, the addressee, correct?
Yeah.
And so what do we have to do? Explain tadribu, idrib. Explain to me that how is that made?
So when you look at the the present tense, I guess, of the, yeah, you look at the present tense of the
Verb. The
verb,
verb. Yep.
and you remove the aleph and you you move the tense
Oh.
for that present tense verb, and you put in the introduce the aleph.
Why is the alif needed?
Because how will you conjugate it with the dot with the conjugate? So that's
Exactly. Remember this point, because the in all of the three-letter verbs, the hamzat al-wasl is brought in is because the harf al-mudari, the ta daribu, after the ta, the dad, yansuru, yamna'u, ya'lamu, yahsibu, the letter after the harf al-mudari is silent, is sakin. And you cannot pronounce a letter which is silent. Correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we had to bring Hamzatul Wasl. However, when we go to over here now, sister Sukaina, waka yaqi is not yak yi, it's yaqi. Yaqi.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
The present tense here, the ya has a fatha and the qaf has a kasra here.
1 second. I just have somebody, just one
Yep.
second.
Yep, that's fine.
Sheikh Saib, are you not well?
I don't know what happened. I just had a drink, a tea before class, and then I got a cough. But Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I think choked myself a little bit. That's it.
I'm so sorry. I'm back.
Take care, sir.
Okay, Bismillah. So go ahead, Sister Sukaina.
Yeah, because this ya can be, it's a fatha, so obviously you use it the way it is, right? It stays.
Yep.
The qaf just stays, right? The ya moves out because that's the present tense.
Exactly.
But the qaf and the yasa can stay on as a command.
No, the ya drops as well.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. So it's ki by itself. Qaf with a kasra is the imperative.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's the reason why when you do when you study the more advanced books of fiqh, they say even any pronunciation of word, because in the Arabic, like ki, and normally ki makes it conveys nothing in English, in Urdu or any other or in Gujarati. Ki means nothing, but in the Arabic language, if you say ki, you're actually having a conversation.
So what
Then
does it
how
mean?
can I say protect me? Would it do shadda
Protect.
double here?
Sorry?
If I had to say protect me, would it be waqi?
Kini.
Waki.
Kini.
Waqini. Okay.
Yeah.
Waqini. Okay. Waqini. Okay.
The kini. Protect
okay.
me.
Okay.
So that, and if you say ki, protect. So even that's the reason why there's discussion of what is classified as a conversation. As you know, in Salah you cannot have a conversation, but even certain word like ki, if you say ki and you're an Arab, you know it means protect. So if you've done it with that, for us it has no meaning, but in the Arabic language, ki means, so there's a discussion of what is classified as a conversation in the Arabic in Salah. So just to be careful, that ki means to protect. And the conjugation of ki, it's so first of all, Sister Sukaina, can you conjugate the present tense
Of
yaqi?
I can't. I have to look at it. If you want me to look at the book, I can, but otherwise.
Yeah, I haven't sent you this. If as soon as my battery charges, I'll send it across to you.
Okay,
Let
let me just take it. Okay, just let me take it. 1 second. 1 second. I know how to. Let me try. Okay. So it's going to be key. Okay, yaki, right? In the hua, right? It's yaki.
Yep, correct.
I really have. I can't do it.
Okay, try to do the imperatives. The 6.
That's the worst one. I have to. I never do or any one of them without looking. If you want, I can open the book and do
Okay.
it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I will help you. I will help you, and inshallah, everyone needs to. I will teach everyone how it is. The reason why I'm giving you examples. So this is called al-lafif of mafruq. So there's two weak letters, one in the first, one at the end. That's called lafif mafruq. Mafruq means separated, and lafif al-maqroon means those which are connected. So kawa, yakwi means to iron. Kawa means he ironed. Yakwi, he is ironing. So this is called lafif maqroon. Now, the imperative of, does anyone want to do the challenge? Sister Zuhra or sister, anyone else? Does anyone want to try to do the imperative of qi?
I want to know.
No?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, I will help you. It's ki, qiya, qu. Ki, qiya, kina.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, it's ki, qaf with a kasra, and then the ya, because it is yaki, yakiyani, yakuna, taki, takiyani, yakina. So it becomes ki, qiya, the ya comes back, and it becomes ki, qiya, qu. The ya is dropped, the waw is the sign of plural, so that remains qu.
Oh.
Then ki, the ya, which is the sign of feminine, in takina. So takina, the ta is dropped, the noon is dropped at the end, becomes ki, qaf, ya, then qiya, ya and alif is added at the end, and qina, qaf, ya and noon with a fatha at the end.
Oh, this is the one we say, Ku wa anfusakum wa ahlikum.
Ahsantum.
Yeah.
Nara.
MashaAllah.
Surah
So see-
Munafiqun? I don't know. Not
Yes,
sure.
exactly. So see this, Zuhra? Where is it? Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum.
Yeah.
So you see, now you see this?
Protect
The
yourself. Cool.
yeah,
And
protect your, yeah, qu anfusakum.
protect you
Protect yourself.
all.
Yeah.
Protect you all. Anfusikum.
You and your families.
And
Yeah.
wa ahli, and your family.
Yeah. So do you
Or
understand now?
people similar to you, not necessarily family. Is this really talking about family here? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
or-
family. Yeah,
or
family.
Family. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Family. So do you see the importance of this verb conjugation now? Like you will see many ayats of the Quran which you recite you know the verb conjugation. Now I said qu and you picked up straight away the ayah of the Quran.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I have to go through this, and I am inshallah will go through each of these categories and I'll relate it to the Quran, each of these verb conjugate, and that's the thing I'm working on, making a book for our Western students, because there's nothing available in the moment for verb conjugations relating it back to the Quran. So
Sir,
inshallah,
and the tables also, please.
yes, I'll do that. But what
Jazakallah.
this is only an introduction to today's session. So I will continue next week and I will go through then the handouts which are sent in the group. So please practice them and I will explain each and every one. And on this as well, now I will explain how the different patterns as well convey or change the meaning as well, inshallah. So because we ran out of time, inshallah, I will continue next week as well, inshallah. Right. How was this session? Was this interesting for everyone?
Very
Yes,
informative.
very informative. Yeah.
I thought you have done this, Sister Zuhra Virji, because you've been studying Arabic for a while.
No, not these verbs. I haven't done this. I haven't done any of this.
Anyone has done this in the class?
For me,
Anyone?
everything is strange.
Okay. Anyone else? Has anyone studied any of these verb conjugates, Sister Maksuma? Or any of the sisters? No? Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do, who can take a lead? I want some sisters in the group to arrange 2 sessions, 1 session in the afternoon, it's like 6 o'clock, 1 session in the evening for revision. I want you sisters to, if you want my Zoom account, I'll give you my Zoom account details, arrange a meeting in the group and do revision of the verb conjugations. Is that possible? Yes? Can someone take the lead on that? If not, I will ask Sister Zahra if she can do that, if no one's willing to do it. Sisters Sukaina and Sister Sakina and Sister Zohra Virji, it would be great if you can take this lead.
I can't.
I want to learn first. I don't know this.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will do. I would like to
If
do.
you ask us in another 2 years after working with you,
No,
maybe.
no, no, no,
Right now,
no, no, no.
we
Not
are
even
all
2 years.
blank on this, and you want us to take a lead. I mean, I myself, I don't even have the time because at that time may not work for me, unfortunately. And
That's right.
plus, I think, like Sister Zora states, and I'll piggyback on that, we have to kind of like be knowledgeable ourselves to be able to help others. I don't even see myself there.
No, I just want you to do the basic ones. Just revise the 3 words: Daraba, Yadribu, Akrama, Yukremo, the ones which we have done. Just that, and then so that I can teach you and build upon the building blocks which we have developed already. That was the only thing.
We just want you to teach us.
Okay. Now I want. Then what I'm going to do inshallah, what I'll do, I'll probably try to arrange another session because I need to break the class into 2 groups because I need to test each and every one. So I'll be contacting individuals so that I can revise with you one-to-ones so that I can get you through this phase and inshallah start enjoying Arabic language, inshallah. Okay. So Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajum. Just go over this table which you have already.
Sheikh, I have one question to ask
Yes.
you.
Go
Word
ahead.
conjugation is very tough. It just doesn't come up in like a night. It really needs a lot of work.
I know it does.
And,
I have to.
you have to put in a lot of work. So now people like me who just open a book sometimes and it gets closed for a time and then you open it back again, it needs a lot of like practice. So how long are you planning to do this? Like,
it's going to take me roughly about
just so
6
that
sessions. 6 to 7 sessions is going to take me to go over, teach you them.
Okay, thank you. All right.
So it's going to take me that. So I'm going to arrange a session this Saturday evening at 11 o'clock in the night for the American students. And then I'll arrange another session for the UK students at 6 o'clock time and another day as well. So if everyone's okay, Saturday evening, would that be okay? 11 on Friday, I would have done it, but let me send another message in the group and see which days will suit for the American students, and then I'll do for the UK students as well. Okay. Is that okay with
What are
everyone?
you doing, Sheikh? Exactly just the conjugation of the normal verbs or the conjugation of the weak verbs?
I'll send the details in the group for you. I'll send that.
Sir,
Okay?
also, Sheikh Sam,
Yep.
we also want table of conjugation for present tense.
Yes, I'll send that across to everyone in the group as well, inshallah. Okay.
Jazakallah, jazakallah.
Okay. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajjal farajam. So inshallah, I'll send you the details in the group. Today was the introduction, and inshallah next week I'll continue this, inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah.